From all over our region, this is Kaleidoscope. For years, capturing the good news, interesting places, and remarkable people doing their best. This is Kaleidoscope, presented by the Pennsylvania Great Outdoors Visitors Bureau.
Hello and welcome to Kaleidoscope. I'm Sarah Cameron. Coming up, how area entrepreneurs have done it. Local women, with the help of their families, take an idea and either gallop with it or cook it. Small businesses are born with lessons in hard work and enjoying the benefits and joys of being in nature. Plus, we revisit Elk County for more than just the elk. But first, it's hard to take animals on vacation with you, dogs or cats, let alone a horse. So if you want to visit a city or beach, good luck. But a getaway in the middle of Pennsylvania? Well, now that's a possibility. Sharon's Horse Heaven wasn't meant to be a vacation spot for horses and their owners, but people with ideas can do some remarkable things.
We purchased the property in 2007 and we renovated for a couple years, and in 2010 invited some girlfriends with their horses and we started trail riding. At the end of the weekend, no one wanted to leave, and a light bulb went off in my head thinking, well, I wonder if I could do a bed and breakfast on the weekends. I was still teaching. I had them come back a month later and I prepared breakfast and had them stay and as if I was doing a bed and breakfast. And once again, we didn't want to leave, and they just were all excited and encouraged me. So that's when I started with the bed and breakfast. People would bring their horse to a bed and breakfast and do trail riding, and it was just going to be a weekend place. And then that started up, and then I retired from teaching because it was starting to get hard to do both at the same time. And so then I started doing this full-time, part-time, full-time as in a seasonal business, May through October. And then once horse people, they all talk about things with each other, so the word of mouth got out, and then it kind of grew into cabin and camping. So it just took off, and I kept getting recommendations from customers. I said, so how would you make the paddocks and the pastures? And I would get design ideas.
When she first bought it, we all stayed in the house, brought our horses. She had a big barn, no fencing. We just brought our horses and came and learned some of the riding here. It's the Allegheny National Forest. There's forest roads, and she has quite a bit of acreage right here that we ride around.
Well, the first time I came to Sharon's, I came as a guest with some friends, and we brought horses and came from Southern Maryland area the first time I ever came to see her here.
Get out of South Carolina in the summertime because it's hot. Literally searched this on the internet and found Sharon's Horse Heaven. That started in 2016.
I enjoy being on a trail ride, out and about, riding through the streams here, up and down the mountains. That's my favorite part of it.
We always refer to it as a boutique horse camping because it's not massive, it's small, it's intimate, and it's as good for the horses as it is for the campers.
So that was my luck, that she was able to, that she called me and invited me. Do you remember that, Kathy? I believe that summer we had such a wonderful time. I think Sharon had us come up maybe once or twice more that summer.
People come from a long ways around to get to this area because Forest County is the only county in Pennsylvania without a stoplight. It's very quiet and peaceful here. So that's what I love, and my love of horses has come from the horse riding and trail riding in the forest. I have 4 campsites that have electric hookup, and we've renovated the barn completely, redone the wiring, new beams, but have maintained the look of that and feel of the old barn. I would say the ideal situation is 4 people stay in the cabin and they each bring a horse. They can have stall, paddock, or pasture, so I have different combinations. So it not only provides some really nice upscale camping for customers, also a really nice facility for their horses. There are a lot of forest roads around here that are used for logging, so I just incorporate that and make some loops. And I have trail around our property. Also, there's some private property that is logging property that we are able to ride on. I kind of just incorporate some deer trails and some logging roads. And there's an app called Rambler that I use to map all the trails on, and people can access the trails on their phone while they're riding.
You have riding right here on the property, but yet you want to be more adventuresome. You can ride into the forest here, and of course there's 10 miles just up Route 66. There's Spring Creek Trails, which is a horse trail park, and I think there's probably 65 miles of marked trails there. So you can trailer out and come back. Go south on 66 and hit Cook Forest, and you've got riding there if you feel you want to venture off the property. But you want to take a 10-minute ride, you've got a beautiful little loop or whatever here, and you want to go out for 3, 4, or you want to go out for the day, you can do that also. So you've got a little bit of everything for the rough riders and for the people that just want a leisurely ride.
We found her place on a website, and that was what they chose, and we drove the 6.5 hours here to enjoy the Allegheny National Forest. And I'm from Pennsylvania originally, so I was living in Maryland at the time, but it was definitely worth the drive and the time and meeting Sharon and her beautiful facility. So yeah, it's been wonderful. A wonderful place to get to, away to.
It's just beautiful here. The woods, I love the woods. So that's the best part. It's like a happy place.
It's not only a comfortable place for people, but it's a wonderful place for horses. She's got everything to accommodate the needs of a horse. It's safe. They don't feel penned in anywhere. You know, they're free to roam in the pastures, and they have nice stalls if you want them. It just depends on, you know, how you want to operate.
It's just so much fun meeting other horse people, and also having a reason to get on my horse every day. And I can just ride from the property. I can just go out. I have a wonderful neighbor that runs Forest Ridge Campground, and usually at the end of the day we'll text each other, hey, you have time for a ride? Yeah. So we can just hop on our horses at any time, and that's the favorite part of being able to ride myself and also the people. Just wonderful. It's a good place to take baby steps, or a good place to venture out and really see the countryside. It really is a destination. I've got people that come from all over the East Coast. In fact, even California has been here. I mean, this is a destination area for horse trail riding.